Hello, my name is Julie Muir, and I'm the Zero Waste Systems Manager in the Office of Sustainability. This presentation will give you an update on the upcoming changes to the waste system in your building. Today, we're going to talk about why we're making the changes to the waste system, what specifically is changing, how individuals can participate, and the way to give some feedback. There are three reasons why we're making this change. First, Stanford University has set a goal of zero waste by 2030, which means 90% waste reduction or more. In 2020, our diversion rate was 67%. So we need to get from 67% to 90% diversion. And this means that we need to change some of the ways that our waste system works currently. The second reason is that we are realigning our custodial and hauling contracts so that our custodians will handle the interior collection of waste, while our hauler will handle the exterior collection of our waste. And thirdly, there are California state laws that require us to divert more compostables and recyclables from the landfill, in addition to collecting material that has less contamination and more of the actual material that we want to send to places other than the landfill. So why do we think we can get to zero waste? Well, we've taken a look at the waste composition that the university generates. In 2019, we did a study of all of the waste that we send to landfill, the 33% of waste of total waste generated that goes to landfill. Of that 33%, 36% was compostable, 26% was recyclable, and 21% was recoverable if we created a specialized program for that material. So only 17% of the waste that is generated on campus is truly landfill material, meaning it doesn't have any other markets. So we combined our findings from this waste composition with our zero waste plan and identified 45 programs to reduce waste that together will allow us to reach 90% or higher reduction in waste. Some of those programs that we have in our zero waste plan are being implemented in the zero waste building pilots. Now, we know that change can be challenging, but we have created an easy and systematic waste system that you as a generator of waste can easily participate in. The overview of the changes for each of the buildings are as follows. First, we're going to use centralized waste and recycling bins and eliminate the desk side collection of trash and recycling by custodians in offices. Daily services to labs, kitchens, conference rooms, and common spaces will not change. The custodians will remove all recyclables, compostables, and landfill waste from common spaces in buildings daily, 5 times a week, in addition to higher levels of cleaning and sanitation. We have removed the wheeled carts, which are considered high touch because you need to touch them in order to be able to put your items in the bin, and replacing them with Rubbermaid Slim Jims, which are considered low touch because you can just put the material through the lid into the bin. We are switching to single stream recycling, where we can combine paper with plastics, metal, and glass. We're adding centralized collection of flattened corrugated cardboard in or next to the recycling bins. We're adding compost collection in break rooms and kitchens. And we're adding paper towels collected as compostables from restrooms. Trash will have its own small bin in the restrooms. Outdoors, we're going to adjust the dumpster capacity and service levels. The cardboard dumpster will become our new single stream recycling dumpster. And then we'll add a compost bin if there isn't one already there. You will notice interior collection will, in the recycling bins, there'll be a blue bag or liner that the custodians will collect and put that in the blue bin in the dumpster enclosure. And then in our compost bins, we'll be using certified compostable bags that are kind of in a greenish color, which will then go into the green dumpster in the dumpster enclosure. Here are a few pictures of the collection points that we've established. So on the left side is a centralized collection point that is comprised of a single stream recycling bin with the blue lid and the blue label, next to a smaller trash can that has a landfill label on it. This bin will be emptied daily So we should have enough capacity to be able to handle a day's worth of waste. In our break rooms, you'll see a compost bin, as well as the recycling bin and landfill bin. Again, these bins will be emptied daily. And then in the restrooms, you'll see a compost bin generally underneath the paper towel dispenser, and then an additional landfill bin for any other materials that are generated in the restroom. Let's go into a little bit more detail about the waste streams that we've created. So again, we're switching to a single stream recycling bin in the zero waste pilot buildings, where we can put paper, flattened cardboard, glass, plastic containers, and metals into the recycling bin all together. What we don't want in the bin is food contaminated paper, like paper towels, napkins, pizza boxes, and we can no longer accept plastic bags, bubble wrap, or air pillows, nor can we take styrofoam in the recycling bin. Those materials will have to be landfilled for now until we can develop a new system for collecting them. In the compost bin is now the color green, and we can take food, paper towels, napkins, sold paper, and compostable materials or products that are labeled with the word compostable. Only that word is if you have that word on your product, your cup, your plate, your fork, then it can be put into the compost bin. But other words like biodegradable, bio-based, made from plants, these words have different meanings or maybe no meaning at all, and they cannot be put into our compost bin. We also do not want human or animal waste, nor do we want anything that comes into human contact, human fluids like paper, bathroom, or facial tissues. In the landfill bin, we're taking styrofoam and plastic packaging, human and animal waste, and ceramics and non-recyclable glass. So we really don't want you to put things that are recyclable or compostable in the landfill bin, nor can we allow electronics, batteries, or light bulbs because of state law to go into the landfill bin either. Here's our zero waste guidelines that gives you a good list of items that we can accept, and then the items that we cannot accept. Take a close look at this so that you can determine where the materials that you're generating go at the end of the day. Now, here's how you can participate. Educate yourself on the new system. Not all single stream recycling programs accept the same items. So your home program may be different still from the campus program. For instance, at our Stanford Redwood City campus, they are not allowed to put in aseptic containers like milk and juice cartons or soy milk containers, whereas on campus, we can still collect those and recycle them. Put your recyclables in the new single stream recycling bin, but make sure that they do not have food contamination. If you have eaten a salad out of a plastic container, use your napkin or paper towel to wipe it clean. Put the napkin or paper towel in the compost bin and put the plastic cleaner plastic container in the recycling bin. Flatten your cardboard and put it in or next to the recycling bin. By flattening the cardboard, you're giving a signal to the custodian that you are ready to depart from that material and that they can go ahead and take it out to the recycling bin in the enclosure. Put your compostables, food and plant materials, food sold paper like pizza boxes, paper towels and napkins, and compostable plastics, again, only items that have the word compostable on it, in the compost bin. Put paper towels in the compost bin in the restroom. Put items that don't go in the recycling or compost bin in the centralized landfill trash bins. And if you use them, empty your desk side trash and recycling bins into the centralized bins before you leave each day. Be sure not to contaminate the bins. We really need to reduce the contamination. So if you're in doubt, find out. Feel free to take a picture or send me an email or come to our Slack channel and ask about things that you aren't sure about. We're happy to help you figure that out. We will also be auditing the waste bins to check on contamination levels and providing feedback to the building floor and areas in the buildings on their efforts in sorting. And lastly, and really very importantly, it is really important as we come back to campus to use as often as possible reusable coffee cups, water bottles, and utensils. Bring your own from home. And that way each day you can take your materials home to wash them. And this really helps us reduce waste. Compostable alternatives are great in a pinch, but they're not better than reusables. Okay, here's some pictures on some what not to do in your buildings. So having a big box like this is, there is a great sense that you should fill it up with materials, but this material won't end up being recycled, even though it is recyclable. Most of it is, at least. This paper box can be flattened and put in the recycling bins. There's cardboard down there below that can be flattened. Now, this plastic pallet wrap and these air pillows or bubble wrap are no longer recyclable in the zero waste pilot buildings, so those will have to be placed in the trash for now. Generally, wood in buildings has to be taken outside to the dumpster enclosure unless your building has another method. Again, over here, these boxes need to be flattened and placed next to the bin. And then that way the custodian can take the material out and put it in the right bin in the outside enclosure. In these pictures, you can see over here on the left that these are kind of desk side bins that people have set out for the custodian to empty. But the waste that you generate at a desk will need to be taken to the centralized collection point and sorted properly each day. In this picture here, we want to take note of the plastic container that is in the trash bin, which is right next to the recycling bin. So we want to make sure we get our plastic bottles, aluminum cans, tin cans, glass bottles into the recycling bin. Here's a picture of a landfill bin with a paper product, paper packaging inside of it. And these are perfectly recyclable and should go into the recycling bin. You'll notice the glove in here is in the correct bin. It is in the landfill bin. All gloves should be landfilled. And lastly, this happens quite often where we have paper that is packaged inside of plastic wrap. And we can recycle that paper, but we cannot recycle it with the plastic wrap around it. So if you would kindly remove the plastic wrap, put that in the trash, and then put the paper in the recycling bin, we can take that and put it to good use in the paper markets. So for some other programs that are really helpful in waste reduction, take a look at our Green Labs program if you're from a lab. We have a sustainability training module. We have a sustainable products catalog. We have lab share events. We have a lab glove recycling program. Environmental health and safety offers several tools, including the surplus chemical program and the empty container decision tree to help you make decisions about your containers in your lab. You can find all of these things on our website at sustainable.stanford.edu/Cardinal Green. We have a fantastic reuse program on campus operated by Surplus Property, and you can find them at reuse.stanford.edu. And this is a great place to share any excess materials that you have with other departments and or find something that you're looking for before you go and buy it. There's lots of sharing, and it's certainly true that one person's waste is someone else's treasure when you come to this website. We also have responsible purchasing guidelines because what we buy is generally what we have to throw away. So we have guidelines, some tools on the website that you can take a look at as well. And lastly, we have our My Cardinal Green program. I'm hoping those who are watching this video have already signed up for this fantastic sustainable living incentive program that we have here at Stanford. You can go to our Cardinal Green webpage to sign up. You take a quick survey and you're given a dashboard of activities that you can complete for points. As you complete those actions and you get your points and you achieve 100 points, you get a $75 reward. There is no limit to the amount of incentives that you can earn. Now, because you're in a zero waste pilot building, you can earn extra credit by performing various activities that are related just to the zero waste building pilots, such as attending a training, reviewing the zero waste guidelines, managing your own personal waste using the new centralized bins, breaking down your cardboard, joining the Green Slack channel, Cardinal Green Slack channel, and chat about your zero waste questions. And if you're a building or department lead, sending educational messages to your building occupants about participation in the zero waste pilot. Lastly, you are welcome to provide us feedback on how this new waste system in your building is working for you. We're happy to troubleshoot specific issues, work through special situations. You can join the Cardinal Green Slack channel by searching Cardinal Green on Slack and ask questions or give comments there. You can also email me directly, Julie Muir at stanford.edu, and we can talk about the concerns that you might have, the things that are working well, and any questions you have about what is or isn't recyclable. Events are very important to our zero waste goals. So when we have them again, feel free to ask us how to make them low or no waste. Thank you for your time, and thank you for watching this presentation and learning all that you can about our new zero waste system that we're putting in your building. Again, if you have any questions, please email me at juliemuir@stanford.edu or find me on Slack. Thank you and have a great day.